I say no. No, absolutely not. I will not stand for it, and I hope you don't either. Hey dancers, it's Kirsten. Welcome back to the Confident Dancer YouTube channel. Today I want to make a really quick video that is just inspired by some conversations I've had with coaching clients over the last few days, in addition to a friend that I caught up with very recently who I used to dance professionally with. And all of these things have been coming together to really inspire me to make this video about one core thing that I'm seeing that contributes to a decline in dancers' mental health. And from that decline in their mental health and their well-being, also it leads to a decline in our ability to perform as dancers, as many of us know from experience. You don't need me to tell you that. So what is the one principle? It is being guided by fear in your decisions, in your relationship with yourself, in how you relate to your emotions, what you do with your thoughts. I see that so many dancers are guided by fear than what's called by some therapists or professionals in my field as being self-led. Being self-led is about making decisions from a place of wholeness, from a place of your highest values. In other words, what's important to you personally, according to what is best for you personally, according to your sense of truth, rather than having your relationship with yourself and all of your choices being guided by fear. Now, this is normal. I don't want you to listen to this and be like, oh my gosh, something's wrong with me. Great, another thing I need to fix, another thing that's my fault. None of the information I ever share on my platforms is ever with the purpose of adding one more thing on that you're not doing well enough, or telling you one more way that you need to fix this and you're suffering from this because it's your fault. I hate the word fault. Rather, I want to put this awareness in your hands to say it is totally understandable why you're feeling the way you're feeling, why you're experiencing what you're experiencing, and I want to invite you into a way that might be a lot better for you. I want you to know that it exists, so you have the choice to choose it next time. I'll share some different ways that I see this fear-led mentality affecting us in our mental health and our ability to perform. For example, when I'm coaching a dancer individually, there have been many times where a dancer says, yeah, I want to get rid of my performance anxiety. Absolutely, yes. Or I want to get rid of my self-doubt. And I'm like, yeah, okay, here's how we'll do it. Sound good? Yeah, And then when it comes down to actually exploring their emotions associated with performing or doing a visualization-based technique that, yes, some emotions might come up in that. I noticed that there's even fear in experiencing certain emotions. Because, and hey, this was so me until like not even that long ago, like a couple of years ago, I was personally afraid of experiencing certain unpleasant emotions. Sadness, that was off limits for me. Oh, I can't feel that. Nope. I was even afraid of like empathizing, feeling other people's negative emotions with them because I didn't want it to affect me. I was so paranoid. Like I always needed it to be in this perfect state to be able to perform all the time. So I had this like naughty list of emotions, like things I told myself unconsciously I was not allowed to feel, thoughts I was not allowed to think, beliefs within myself, or a sense of awareness or truth within myself of like, ooh, for example, when I was going through my knee injury, I had a sense quite a few months before I ended up deciding to step away in order to heal. I had a sense that there was, something else for me in life that was coming up pretty soon. But I was so terrified of acknowledging that sense of truth within myself that I shoved it down. I shoved it down completely. I wouldn't think about it until I had to, until I didn't have a choice because my injury had just gotten that bad. I see that cognitive dissonance come up a lot with dancers, like a fear in trusting yourself. Do you have a fear in trusting yourself? Because maybe there was an experience in your past where you put yourself out there and you thought, I can do this, and you didn't. Maybe you made a mistake and other people saw it and you had a part taken away from you. You got chastised. That happened to me. I was humiliated publicly for making a mistake, and it totally shifted my belief of how much I can trust myself. I was scared to trust myself. Are you scared? Are you scared? to ask yourself questions when you experience the emotion of anxiety or the feeling of anxiety physiologically. You're feeling that like energy bouncing around within yourself, and it's just like you feel so antsy. A lot of us know what anxiety feels like. If you don't, God bless, I'm so happy for you. When you experience anxiety, do you feel afraid to ask what's really going on? Is there something I'm ignoring? Are there feelings I'm shoving down? Are there realities I'm pushing aside? Are there questions that I'm too afraid to ask myself of like, does something need to change in my life? Or do you feel scared to own your own strengths as a dancer? Scared that if you were proud of yourself, if you were confident, that you would be seen as arrogant. You would be judged by other people. You would be like that one person who was totally arrogant that you never liked. Are you scared that if you advocated for yourself, if you put yourself out there, you raised your hand, you asked to understudy a part, you stood in the front, that you would embarrass yourself? That you can't trust yourself to do that? Are you scared to leave a school or a company that is clearly a very unhealthy place for you, but you know it's too scary to think of leaving? I understand all of these things. All of these things. Are you scared to even be who you are? For example, I've talked to multiple dancers lately that have had the label placed on them of like, I'm shy, with this implication subconsciously that you need to fix that. But it's like, hold on, is shy even the right label? Maybe if you are just naturally a quiet person, maybe you don't love the limelight, and maybe that's okay. Are you afraid to be who you are? Instead of having that label of shy, could it be that you are introspective, you're a great listener, you're an observer, you're thoughtful? Are you afraid to really own what you have to offer? Believe your own thoughts. Look within yourself. Feel certain feelings. Make choices that are motivated from what's really important to you, what's really best for you. And I noticed that so many dancers are so, despite being incredibly intelligent, hardworking, and just wonderful, competent people, I know you all are. I believe it. I see it every day. So listen, I'm your cheerleader, I'm your advocate, and I have been in this place before. But I want to say that I see fear stopping dancers from being all that they can be, being healthy mentally, emotionally, and having the experience that they want. I want to encourage you with this awareness that I put out there. One thing you can do with it is I just ask you to check in with yourself as you make decisions, little decisions throughout your day, to follow a certain line of thought, to respond to your emotions in a certain way, to, act a certain way in ballet class or whatever it is. Ask yourself, are my decisions coming from a place of fear or from a place of alignment with what's really important to me? What's really best for me? What's really true? Get to know the two different voices in your head. Maybe there are several, Sometimes we have the voice of that inner critic, the ego, or the voice of fear, we could say. Sometimes it's like the voice of curiosity in your head. You might associate with calling it like the higher self, the wiser self, whatever. Get to know the different voices in your head so you know which ones you want to follow and how you want to respond to them. So dancers, I just want to put that out there, that I really, really, really want to say that of course there are lots of external things in the ballet world that need to change. And I'm all about that. But what I know for sure is that my audience, the people I feel called to talk to, your dancers, we don't have to wait for our teachers to stop being the way they are, or the industry totally changing, or all these things outside of ourselves. We don't need all those things to change to start our own journey of healing, of optimizing your mental health, your emotional health, performing, training your mind, and shifting your mindset in a way that allows you to perform your best with joy and confidence consistently. You don't have to settle for waiting for things outside of yourself to change in order to start down that path. Maybe, yes, you need to put yourself in a different external environment in order to fully actualize your most well self. But starting that process is an internal job. And I want to empower you and encourage you to equip you with the tools to do that. We don't shift from a fear-based mentality fully into like a totally, making all my decisions from a place of well-being and from my values. We don't do that perfectly on our own. No, I don't believe anyone is fully self-led. Everyone has support of some kind. If things like performance anxiety, self-doubt, being really critical of yourself, perfectionistic, comparing yourself to others, if mental struggles like this are things you're experiencing and you want it to stop, you don't have to wait until it gets so bad to reach out for help. Please don't. Reach out for help from either a therapist or something I specialize in is helping dancers optimize their mental health and their performance through mindset work, through developing a healthy relationship with their emotions and a mindset that helps them to perform their best. That's what I do. And I provide the service for dancers specifically because I know it's so important for us to feel understood. You don't want to spend, a ton of time out of your 55-minute session explaining what a ballet class is. You want to feel understood and like the person who's supporting you gets your world and will guide you in a way that actually will work within the industry as it is. That's what I seek to do. So if that's the support you're looking for and you want to develop a healthy mindset, you want to have a healthy relationship with yourself, you want to have confidence, you want to have emotional well-being, you want to have trust in yourself again, and you want to perform your best and give yourself your best shot at achieving your career goals, I want that for you. So if that's really calling your name and you're curious, you owe it to yourself to at least check out what this support is all about. You can visit my website, kirstenkemp.com, learn about the services I offer to dancers, even read about my story. If you don't know me and my whole background, you can read about it there on my website. And you could reach out and apply for a free 30-minute consultation. It's just a no strings attached conversation where we get to know each other, talk about your challenges, your goals, and see if working together is a great fit. And you guys, I want to share with you that my highest value is making sure you get the support you need. It's not about just me and what I want. So if we assess that, working together is not the best fit, I want to help. I have a big referral network. I'd be happy to see if someone I know would be a better fit for you. I just want to make this video to say we don't have to settle for a fear-based existence. We don't. We don't have to settle for constantly struggling mentally as dancers because it's just normal within our industry. I say no. No, absolutely not. I will not stand for it, and I hope you don't either. I hope that something from this video really resonated with you and that you start to have that relationship with yourself at the very least where you start to notice the voice of fear versus the voice of yourself, making decisions from a place of wholeness rather than fear, and that will lead you into a place of well-being. In addition to, like I said, getting support. It's really important because some of our fear-based mentalities, it's not just like a conscious choice you make in the moment. A lot of it isn't. A lot of it is subconscious, you guys. A lot of it is coming from unhealed experiences from our past, from beliefs we picked up from ballet culture that are so encoded into our subconscious that it takes professional help to undo that. Finish off by making it abundantly clear that it's not like we consciously choose the fear-based mentality all the time. A lot of times we're not aware of it. That's why I made the video too. I want you to be aware of it, but also to say like, willpower doesn't get you out of it. So there's that. I know I shared plenty in this video and I really hope some of it resonated with you and was encouraging to you. I want all the best for you. I'm wishing for all the best for you. And I'm thankful that if you're still watching, thankful you are, thankful you're here, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.